In this video, I'm going to be showing you my scalping session. We're looking at S&P 500 and mini futures. The time frame is 2000 tick chart. And I'm going to be using price action rules to help me navigate the market. The structure is in a range, so I'm going to identify important key levels. And right now, the most recent structure is bearish trend working lower, so I am thinking about selling because if we're going to get a break of this trend, new extreme will be tested. I'm looking for bearish setups with the direction of this trend down. Okay, our downtrend played out with the break new low, so I'm going to mark new extreme. I'm going to pause looking to go short. We are in what looks like a trend range right now, so I'm going to wait for some nice push above EMA and consider reversal pattern, failed second entry short above EMA, or if you're going to get a clean uptrend working higher, just second entry long at the EMA. I don't really want to go long just yet because it looks a little bit too seamless. We didn't even touch the EMA, so when it looks too seamless, I want to see that reversal pattern at least above EMA. Alright traders, I'm resuming the video. I had bit connection issues, so I couldn't trade throughout this area. We had two legs up. Here you can see bullish reversal completely failed. We never made it past this key level for a long time. Instantly reversed down. So I need to redraw a new downtrend. There was breaking new low, but now that I'm back online, I can see we have a spike and a bullish channel pattern. So downtrend played out and we have a nice bullish trend working higher. Okay traders, we have uptrend working higher. I'm looking for a second entry long at the EMA to test the new high. Alright traders, I widened the channel because we still have a lot of confirmations here. We have a second entry long now, but it's an inside bar, so I'm gonna skip the second entry long due to inside bar. Okay, we now have the failed second entry short, but because we broke below EMA, I'm still gonna wait. That's not a good sign. EMA needs to hold as a support. Remember, this trend down doesn't have the new low, second leg down, so for this reason I'm being a little bit more careful, less aggressive here. Alright traders, I'm trying to take second entry long. There is mini failed breakout out of this congestion. The uptrend still needs new high. We have a mini second entry long, but I like that it's also failed breakout out of this congestion. This is why I can go long below EMA like this, because he finally broke lower. But it looks like I'm not gonna get filled. Scalp was made, so I have to cancel the order now. Right traders, the downtrend played out with the break new low. You can see after new high, new market cycle started. We have a break in new low, so now we have a new uptrend. I expect new high, so I'm looking for a second entry long at the EMA to test the new high, just following the trend line rule. Right traders, I'm resuming the video. I just took a visual second entry long. The uptrend needs new high. I dropped deep limit order to decrease the risk. We broke slightly below EMA, which is not normally what you want to see. But I'm risking this because this is such a steep spike that needs new high. Two legs down, broad two legs down. It's decent enough bullish bar. Allow me to use the mid order, which is nice. I'm scalping for 14 ticks and leaving few contracts as a runner in case we're gonna catch major move. But first, my stop loss needs to go one tick below the signal bar. And let's see if we can reach the scalp or not here. We're very close, come on. Right traders, we got the scalp. It scared me a little bit. You can see there was a significant pullback, but as a trader, you need to follow the rules. EMA held twice. We have very broad two legs down. This is once again why I like it. Spike needs new high. And because this structure looks quite rangy, there is no big trending market. I just followed the short-term trend line rule. And now we are on the way to test the new high. We reached new high, so I'm gonna tighten the runner quickly to 6.25 points, something like this. Because the structure is quite rangy, I'm not too greedy expecting major uptrend to start. We reach new high, so I'm just gonna take some profit right here. If we're gonna have stronger uptrend, I can always re-enter, trailing the runner to 10 points. All right, traders, we are exceeding the measured move while the market keeps trending up. This means I'm gonna draw a wider channel, identify confirmations, and still treat this as bullish trend. All right, traders, I entered another second entry long. Feels a little bit, I wasn't sure about this one at first because the setup bar is so gigantic, such a massive spike into this trend line, but it is a mini second entry long. It is off the trend line. I have a weird gut feeling about this that it may fail, but I have to risk anyway. It's a two-legged pullback to the key entry point. We exceeded the measure move by quite a bit, so why the channel makes sense, but I was just worried about the fact that this setup bar is extremely strong into the EMA. But I have a nice limit order, risk is small, so let's see if we can get the scalp. If it fails, no problem. Alright traders, we got stopped on the second entry long. My intuition was correct. It happens when you have experience. Something just feels off. You can't touch the trend channel line here. You're coming way too short. Then you have such a massive setup bar. So this is telling you that the momentum needs to be released a little bit more. But the risk was small. So on to the next one. Okay, so I thought I was recording the whole time. I wasn't. So I was talking to myself. I got stopped on this second entry long. I think I recorded it, but in case I didn't, I'm gonna look back. I took a second entry long here. The setup bar was way too massive, but it was off the key entry point, so I took it. This ended up being a losing trade. Then I re-entered on this, basically what I view as a double trap. I went for 10 ticks, and I was considering adding on as well right here on this high low, which is a great trade if you're not in either one of these trades. Basically, if you're out, you can consider this high low, but I didn't add on because I just had a losing trade right here. I want to make sure I'm not being too emotional, but uptrend still needed new high. As you can see, I was feeling weird about this. It's very hard to describe because it looks on paper textbook, but when the setup bar is so massive and the second entry long is so tiny compared to the setup bar, just something tells you based on years of experience that there needs to be stronger pullback. But I still like risking it because you want to follow the rules and you want to make sure you're not cherry picking. So we took a small hit here, then we re-entered here. It would have been better had I even added on here. So if you're not holding these trades, this high low is a nice trade, and new high was tested now. Alright traders, market keeps trending higher after new high. EMA keeps holding, so I'm drawing additional channel spike and a channel pattern. Structure still looks great, still looks seamless, so the trend is still in play. Alright traders, I'm gonna tighten the runner to 7.5 points. Alright traders, the uptrend needs new high. I'm tightening the runner to 11 points. Okay, so now we're gonna do a quick recap. I didn't take a break throughout the day, so I ended a little bit earlier the trading session. We started with a little bit of a range structure, but instantly you can see it's not acting like a range. The trend down is too seamless. You can't even touch the EMA. You cannot even be above the EMA and the support for a long time, and you instantly push down. So you need to redraw a brand new downtrend. The reason why I'm not drawing really big channel like this, number one, it doesn't have third swing confirmation, and number two, this is basically the sideways price action, and this is the area where we traded down. So it feels like this is the brand new downtrend, break new low, and this is why I was so eager to draw a brand new uptrend. And I'm really looking for anything wider, because if you're going to draw this, for example, you can see there's so much empty room here, so much empty room, no third swing confirmation, so it doesn't feel that strong, especially if you're going to compare it to a higher time frame. You have a decent second entry long. The reason why it's aggressive because the push down was strong after all. So going long this early is still not easy, so a little bit more advanced. Then you have nice confirmed channel. We mark this second entry long failed breakout. Here after brought 2 legs down, you're looking for a high low here, but there was no high low. Break new low, push up. You saw me taking the second entry long, which is nice. Then you have downtrend working lower, new high, but because you keep exceeding the measured move, you need to adapt. Then 3 decent trades to consider. This is borderline being double trap. You can see double trap is to close above EMA. This is at the level of the EMA. But because the uptrend was so strong, I consider it double trap. But this high low is really even better. This is a nice juicy bar, but at this point you had new high. Only after that you widened. I actually like this trade as well because you have 2 legs down, very broad 2 legs down, and you need to test new high. So even though it's not full above the EMA, because the trend up is so strong, I actually like this trade. This trade doesn't have a trigger. Decent trade as well, but we broke below EMA, so a bit more advanced. Decent high low, a little bit sideways, but decent high low as well. This high low didn't get a trigger, but you already have new high. And then market reverse down. There is a one nice juicy trade to finish the day with. Of course, it's way too late, but it's really nice. Downtrend needs new low. You have overshoot, leads to a stronger break, and now you're below EMA. So decent price action. I really had fantastic runners this week. Doesn't happen often, just goes to show that if it does happen, the runners can really boost your performance and change the numbers, because few of these runners, especially, I know why the runners were so good, because the market volatility increased. The ATR is much bigger. I also increased the target profit. So when the market is more volatile and these moves are much bigger, if you catch 1 or 2 runners, it can really be way more points than you're normally used to. So that's one advantage of having volatile market with higher ATR, higher bars, is that the price movement has more points in it, so to say, so the runners are a little bit more significant. But I hope you had a good training. I'm going to wrap it up and I'm going to talk to you next time. Good luck your trading.